Hi friends, it's Miss Mahan. This is Unit 7, Lesson 5. Your learning target is to understand the information found in a bar graph. Hi friends, I'm going to show you how to read a bar graph and then we're going to answer some questions and they'll be similar to questions that you'll have when you do your practice. So here we have a bar graph. We have a title right here that says favorite season. And then we have on the left, we have one of the measures for the bar graph, and it says season. So you'll see that it has 4 different types of seasons, which is spring, summer, fall, and winter. Each of these types of season has a bar that is colored that goes with it. And then on the bottom, we have a different type of measure that says number of students. For number of students, we look at the numbers that are right above it. That's the scale, if you remember from the vocabulary. So it starts at 0. Our bar graphs are always going to start at 0, and it goes up to 24. So it says number of students as the label, and it goes up to 24. So that means up to 24 students chose one of the seasons. So now I want to point out the grid lines. These are the vertical lines that go up and down on the bar graph. So each one of these goes with a number. So the first line goes with 0, and then it goes to 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. So each grid line represents 4 students because it's counting by 4s. It's increasing by 4s every time. Something else I want to point out to you, that a couple of these, such as winter and also fall, their bars end halfway between the grid lines. So halfway between 4 is 2. So for winter, we have 8 plus 2 is 10. And fall, we have 16 plus 2 is 18. Spring and summer both end on a grid line, so you read it up to the grid line. For summer, we have 24, and for spring, we have 12. Okay, our next question says, which season is the least and most favorite? So the least is going to be the season that has the smallest number of students who voted for it. So we're going to look at the bar graphs starting from the right and go to the left until we run into the one that has the fewest. That would be winter. So winter is the least favorite. Not as many people like it as other seasons. The most, we'll do the same thing. We'll start on the right side and see which one has the greatest number of students who chose it. And we actually don't have to go very far because summer goes all the way to the end. So summer is the most favorite. Our next question, how many more students chose fall than winter? So we're doing an equation here. We're seeing the difference between 2 of the seasons that were chosen. So we're looking at for fall numbers and winter numbers. Fall, remember we go halfway between 16 and 20, so that's 18. And winter, we're going to go halfway between 8 and 12, which is 10. How many more chose fall than winter? To find that, we need to subtract 10 from 18, and we're left with 8. Our next question, how many students preferred spring and summer as their favorite season? So we're looking for spring numbers and summer numbers, and we'll do an equation, but let's find those numbers first. So spring is 12, and summer is 24. How many students preferred spring and summer as their favorite season? So we're seeing how many total, so we're adding those 2 numbers together. 2 and 4 is 6. 1 and 2 is 3. So 36 students prefer spring and summer. And our last question, which seasons did 12 or more students choose as their favorite? So we are finding how many chose how many had at least 12 students like it. It says 12 or more, so we will include spring. Spring had 12 and it says 12 or more, so it counts. Summer, definitely more than 12. And then fall, we have 16 plus 2 is 18, so that's more than 12. Winter had less than 12, so we're not going to include it. So that is how you can read and interpret bar graphs, and then you'll have a practice where you'll have very similar questions to these, but a different bar graph for you to interpret.